Alright, Alchemists. Welcome back to another episode of Alchemy Crypto. See all my alchemists out there. East Coast, West Coast. All my alchemists everywhere, offshore, down south. Bang Tango, I see you out there, Tango. Alright, I would like to thank everyone who has liked and subscribed to my videos. With that out of the way. Looking in on XRP right now, 48-cent range. That new 2 for $1 is the new range, folks. Definitely check it out if you haven't already. Alright, so let's check out what's going on around the world. Looking at Quantify for a quick cap on what's going down. Just trying to refresh some of these pages for you guys. Bring this over. Everything will be up to date. So, as usual, there's a lot going on. There's a lot to talk about. And if I could get this page to come over here, for some reason I'm having a tough time, so just bear with me. And let's see if I can get this done. And I want this page, and I want it over there. Having a bit of a tough time right now. Working the new setup. Alright, here we go. Now we're coming over. So, jump in, see what's going on. Quantify for the fastest speed. All the prices looks like Bitcoin at 19.1. ETH almost 1,300 bucks. BNB 270. XRP we were just checking out at 48 cents. Cardano 36. Solana under 30 bucks. I don't know about Solana. That chain goes down a bit too much for me. It's a little too spendy for a chain that goes down a lot. Can be halted. That's, you know, centralized, man. Somebody's controlling that thing. So, Dogecoin 5 cents. Polkadot reclaiming that $6 mark. Dipped down a little and it's back. $6.12. Alright, and Matic making moves. 79 cents. Polygon is coming up. Matic is really making moves. It's in the top 10 now, so keep your eye on that. A lot of development. They're really rallying, even in this bear market. Another one just like Polkadot. Another one to watch. And that's not financial advice, but keep your eye on that. Now, jump in. See, well, today is the weekend, so no markets today. Well, let's just refresh the Fear and Greed, see if that thing has moved, and it has not. Looks like still right there. Now, we're going to take a look at this video with Gareth Soloway. If you don't know who Gareth Soloway is, he's a big macro guy. made his bones in the stock market. He did really good. He's really famous, well respected. Check him out. He's talking to this dude about the future outlook of crypto and Bitcoin, and he thinks that next leg down is coming. So let's check it out real quick.
Back then, are you still feeling the panic today, Gareth? There is. There's no doubt that there's panic in the markets, but per the VIX, we haven't hit the levels where I would say there's a market bottom yet, right? So I've been consistently saying, yes, you're going to get bounces when you get these big sell-offs, 2%, 3%. You get that kind of mid-level panic that triggers a bounce, but by no means is the market at a near bottom yet.
Why do you say that? Why are we near a bottom?
Well, because number one, you still have a Fed that's aggressively hiking. As of now, we'll see what the CPI data is coming up, but for the most part, the Fed is hiking. We have an economy that's going to slow down, and I think to be honest, that's one of the biggest concerns I have. And this is kind of shocking. This will be shocking to people, but you have $1 trillion in savings that consumers accumulated over COVID, right? And so the Fed is saying, oh, look at these jobs numbers. They're still very, very strong. People are still spending. The consumer's still doing well. So we have to continue to hike rate.
He's going to keep going until he crashes it. J. Powell is not done.
The problem is consumers are going to run out of that money that they saved probably by mid-next year. And my biggest fear, and this is this could be what triggers a massive kind of recession, if not worse, is that when they run out of money and the Fed has just hiked into it, there's going to be a cliff dive in the economy.
A cliff dive in the economy. How is that different from a recession?
Well, a recession can be mild, right? I mean, you could have, it's a little minor recession. I mean, even the Fed has said, hey, we don't care if we push the economy into a recession. But a cliff dive, that's where you have unemployment going to 5, 7, 8, 9, 10%. And that's where you get in trouble, where the Fed then has to start lowering rates instead of just going to neutral where they're not hiking anymore. And potentially down the line, I do worry that it's going to get so bad that even with 4% inflation, you still could see a point where in like a year, 2 years from now, the Fed has to actually start QE again.
You know who else had a change of tune in terms of his outlook on the recession of the economy, or this recession in the U.S. is Jamie Dimon, CEO of JP.
Jamie Dimon, CEO. Guys telling you stay away from blockchain and crypto. It's a centralized, decentralized Ponzi scheme. Yeah, he's got... JP Morgan has a huge stake in Ethereum. If you guys didn't know, now you know. Also, they have Onyx coin, the JPM coin. There's rumor that the JPM coin is about to be ruled as security, along with Ethereum, along with stable coins. But we'll get into that. Now, moving on here. This guy is just a scumbag. Alex Mashinsky. This is the Celsius CEO who is running the staking platform, decentralized platform, Celsius, where you could stake your crypto and, earn a return. Well, that's this guy. He ran this company, and it appears that he resigned on September 27, continued to move crypto out of wallets while withdrawals were suspended for customers. So if you had crypto staked and you wanted to get it off, you couldn't. And you lost your money because they filed bankruptcy. It's gone. Meanwhile, data shows that this guy resigned on September 27th. He continued to move crypto out of wallets while withdrawals were halted to the tune of $900K. Almost $1 million, nine and change. But unbelievable. So that's some of the chance that you take when you stake crypto. I personally don't stake anything. I have my HODL bag that I'm keeping, my moon bag, and I just accumulate dollar cost average into, and then I have my trade bag that I play with and trade. Shorts, longs, buy low, sell high on different tokens. But I don't stake, and people who were staking on Celsius, 36%, I mean, that's outrageous gains. Like, where's that money coming from? That can't be real. He's paying you with some other new people's money that came in. If you're trying to cash out, yeah, you can get it. So, and then they were paying influencers and astrologers on Twitter and YouTube and stuff $30,000 just to pump Celsius, So that just came out. That astrology lady or whatever, it was revealed in the court documents, the Celsius bankruptcy documents, that she collected 30 grand, and now a lot of her followers are turning on her and stuff and this and that and whatever. That's why I'll never do a paid promotion on this channel, guys, because I would never advertise something and have my alchemists maybe jump into it and then it goes bad. So I'll never do a paid promotion for anything. You'll never see a Celsius banner or a logo or anything on this page. This is the people's page, the alchemists. I see you out there. All right. Next up. That Celsius stuff's a shame. All right, we got this from Jack the Rippler. Shout out to him. XRP, all the money. Says people will hate themselves because they thought 35 was unrealistic. If you guys don't know who this guy is, Jimmy Valley from Bay Hill Capital, and he's talking with this dude, and he's the guy, if you don't know, who submitted the proposal for XRP at 35K for the federal buyback, and it's been submitted, and now I believe he's talking about 50K, if I'm not mistaken. Let's listen in. It's 3 minutes.
Oh, good answer, man. I tell you, you've done your homework, Jimmy. Okay, there's a lot of speculation on the price of XRP after it becomes regulated, after regulatory clarity. Where do you feel that XRP, just based on your honest opinion, is going to hit, say, a month after regulation?
Yeah. So we believe that the last domino to fall on regulation right now is the SEC lawsuit, and that could be resolved in a variety of ways, but it could also be resolved in regulation coming in over the top. We know it's imminent, though, right? So when I say imminent, I would be surprised if a quarter from now we're really still embroiled in the SEC lawsuit, because I think the state of affairs throughout the world is such that we're going to need a solution like an XRP for liquidity purposes sooner rather than later.
Liquidity purposes, folks. All the money is coming to blockchain.
So the question is then, okay, we've magically resolved it. Where does the price go? It's easy to project that it's a double-digit number. So I think it immediately shoots up to a $10, potentially $20. The wild card to
$10, $20 immediately following settlement sounds good to me. This thing's about to wrap up. They're 2 for $1, folks. Check it out, alchemists. You already know.
Me is that there is actually a deal to be done among the central banks and governments to basically have XRP work as the world's bridge currency, a neutral asset that can be traded between the central banks to move a specific type of fiat to another type of fiat. If that's what occurs, it's back to what we were discuing earlier. It's got to cover kind of all the money. And I think you're looking at a range that XRP would settle on agreement. So this would happen instantaneously, somewhere between $10,000 and $35,000 a coin.
10 to 35K a coin. Did you hear that, alchemist? I know you did. I see you, XRP army.
And our lives will be, maybe the same, maybe different. I don't know. Probably a little different.
I think it'd be a little different.
A little different. 35K a coin. That sounds good to me.
It's just so.
Remember, 2 for $1 right now.
Okay.
All right. So, moving on. Here we are. 2 for $1, folks. It's out there, alchemists. Look at that beautiful fiat leak. XRP flowing seamlessly, flawlessly, day or night, weekends, Sundays. Settles anywhere, anytime, 3 seconds, around the world. Let's take a look at XRP. And it's looking good. Let's look at this thing. Power. Let's Still kind of chopping sideways in this 48, 49 cent range. And I think we're probably be stuck in the sideways action unless there's some major volatility with Bitcoin. And Bitcoin is still barely trying to hold on to that 19K. Barely hanging on. Not looking good. See it on some higher time frame. Just chopping sideways in that 19K range. So unless there's some major volatility with Bitcoin, I think XRP is just going to sit right here in this 48 cent range. XLM, let's check out some ISO tokens, guys. XLM, 11 cents. XDC, still at 3 cents. These are digital assets that are ISO tokens that could be acquired for pennies, guys. And they're the plumbing of the new financial infrastructure. You're in finance, Illuminati token, $7,500. Now, if you guys don't know about this token, you're in finance, you can buy a fractional piece of it. But if you go back and you look at its all-time high, it was around $94,000. You can see it right here. At this peak, it was $94,000 in May of 21. Monday, 10th of May, 2021. So this thing has seen some huge highs. It's down quite a bit. I bought some here on the floor because I believe this thing in the next bull run has the potential to not only return to its all-time high, but probably eclipse it. And that's not financial advice. It's just me looking, and Bitcoin is looking the same. You know, if we do see that big leg down to 10, 14K, I think that would be the accumulation phase, like of a lifetime. I mean, it's still a bargain, I think, at 19 because it's not going away. It can't be stopped. It's probably the most decentralized out there. Ethereum, completely centralized, forked, merged, can be probably halted and is controlled by Lubin and Vitalik and the boys over there at JP Morgan. They're heavily invested in all of the ETH infrastructure and have a high interest. So there's that with Ethereum. There's another ISO token. H bar is 6 cents. I like it. Cardano, 36 cents. Like I said, that was one of my first endeavors into crypto beyond Bitcoin years ago. Algorand, 32 cents. Another ISO token. And let's take a look at Quant. Quant is just on a tear. Wow. I have not been watching Quant, and it is just on a tear. It is coming up hard. Yeah, this thing's just ripping lately. Anyway, let's go back over here. Yeah, this came out. I don't know if you guys heard about this. PayPal basically said we're gonna fine your account $2,500 for misinformation, and that's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. They'll just go in your account and take $2,500. I mean, I don't know who has $2,500 in their PayPal account because I don't. I use PayPal that much. I use mostly Apple Pay and other stuff, but check this out.
Daisy, PayPal under fire for allegedly planning to slap users with $2,500 fines for spreading misinformation. But when Fox Business reached out for an explanation, they said they made an error. I don't know how that happened. We all know companies have handled misinformation in the past. The government, they're doing no better. Remember this barrel of laughs?
So they walked it back. They were like, whoa, 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 we didn't mean that. But they did. They basically are saying, look, we have your money and we'll do what we want and we'll put that in the agreement. And when you click OK to get an account, you agree to that. So that's the danger of a cashless system and moving to a completely cashless system where everything is digital. And I think that they will come. 41% of people say they don't use cash in their day-to-day purchases, weekly purchases. So I think a cashless system is coming and is being instituted in other countries around the world. It's already happening. I don't have anything to show you on it, but I have read about it, heard about it, and seen it. It's out there. I encourage you to do your own research and check it out if you're interested. Okay, now this Elon. I think he's going to just leave the Starlink on, and I don't really care much, but I want Starlink. I know you have to send $600 for the equipment, and there's a 6-month waiting list, and that's like $150 a month. Super fast, never goes down. Sounds good to me. I want it. I got some bomb Wi-Fi where I'm at right now, so I think I'm good. But I do want Starlink in the future, because I think it's just better, faster, and so I'll be checking that out soon. But it looks like he's going to leave the Starlink on for free for the Ukrainian government to help them. First he said he couldn't afford to, and now he's like, yeah, no, I got it. I'll just do it. He's like, I'll just be like America and unilaterally fund this war, keep this thing going. So I don't know what's going on. I don't care. Moving on. Ethereum finally becomes deflationary. If you don't know about Ethereum, it just went through a merge where it went from proof of work, mining, to proof of stake, which is staking. So your transactions go through a stake pool, and there's rewards for staking. Now the token is deflationary, and what that means basically is there's the same amount of demand and a lot less supply. And this is just going to increase in the next bull run, because as NFTs and smart contracts start to be used and there's more network activity, more traffic on the Ethereum network, gas fees will increase, which will cause the price of Ethereum to move upward. There'll be a lot of upward pressure at that point. Not financial advice, just a look in at the Ethereum project. Okay. And if you guys don't know about Ethereum, this thing is pretty much controlled by JP Morgan and a few people, Vitalik, Lubin, Cardano's Charles Hoskinson claims he was there for a short time in the beginning. Claims he was maybe one of the first 5 or something like that. I don't know. That guy's been going off on his rant about XRP conspiracy theories and stuff like that. So, like I said, I think a lot of his bag holders dumped because they were also XRP holders. So that's ETH, and basically Ethereum was called a commodity by the former chair of the SEC. So basically given a free pass. Like Bitcoin and Ethereum, they're commodities. So they just basically don't have to be, regulated in any way. They pretty much get the free pass. Whereas if you call something a security, that's like what they're doing with the Ripple XRP case. It's kind of picking favorites. Why did you give Lubin and Vitalik and those guys that free pass? Like, okay, Satoshi and the Bitcoin guys supposedly were anonymous and there was no one to go after, so that one okay. And then Ethereum came and they were like, what, buying tokens for pennies on the dollar before this thing really came out? Maybe. Who knows? Very possible. ETHgate is real. Now, this guy, Gensler, he's calling stable coins poker chips, and if you know what UST is, Tether, it's pretty much, I'd call it a poker chip because it's a gamble. I use it on Bityard when I need to jump in and out of a coin. I'll get from fiat currency into a stable coin Tether, and then I'll go in and I'll buy XRP, for example, and then send it out to my wallet immediately. But I don't sit in stable coins for any period of time. I would say USDC on Coinbase is probably the most stable and secure. It's actually probably legit, backed by real assets. I believe it's audited, so that one's fairly safe, I would say. But he's calling all stable coins. That's a wide umbrella, Gary. But dirty Gary Gensler. Let's listen to him real quick. 3 minutes.
About crypto, and then I want to turn to another subject at the end. Basic question is, if these cryptocurrencies, tokens, were subject to regulation, investor protection, is this basic process of money outside of banks and mediation good for the United States? Is this an aspect of financial development, financial engineering that over the long run will be beneficial for us as an economy, beneficial for investors, or does it give you basic worries?
So, and I've said this in the classroom, and I've said it to my colleagues around the globe in the
Of course, Gary has to brag that he's an MIT professor.
official sector. I think it's been a catalyst for change. Nakamoto-san's innovation, not only
This guy's power and control hungry.
Bitcoin as the first sort of one, but this whole distributed ledger technology has been a catalyst for change that around the globe, central banks and the private sector are looking at how we can enhance our payment systems.
Does that sound familiar? When you hear payment systems and the enhancing of them, what comes to mind?
And enhancing our payment systems to make them 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, real time at lower cost.
Alchemists know.
And so there's some competition right now going on there. I also think it's raising new and interesting innovations around how exchanges work and how even potentially some forms of decentralized lending. We've had peer-to-peer lending for 15, 20 years. We've experimented with it. This is a new type of experiment. So those, I think, are really interesting innovations challenging the established business models. On the other hand, I would say I don't think it's a good idea to wait until there's a spill in aisle 3 and we hear in the loudspeakers overhead from the Washington Post and your competitors, clean up in aisle 3, and then those...
Clean up in aisle 3. That's what they need to do, is clean this guy up, get him out of there. He's after that Treasury job. We'll see if he gets it. Who knows? Maybe he's after that escrow. When he gets to the Treasury, he wants that escrow. Just a thought. You know, he's going after that job. And he's supposed to be protecting investors, but he sued Ripple, and 70,000 XRP holders got hurt. So, well, it don't sound like Gary's protecting too much, except maybe his buddy in, big banking's interests. All right, what else we got? All right, I'm going to leave you guys with this. Alchemists already know. But ladies and gentlemen, the biggest transfer of wealth in human history is about to occur. It's coming. Alchemists know. But the average person working their 9 to 5 in the grind is not in the know. That's why I'm here to try to bring you guys the info. The U.S. wealth transfer greatest in history. This is gonna happen, folks. Check this out. There's never been a financial time like this. Getting ready to transfer their legacies through estate plans put America on the cusp of the largest wealth transfer in history. According to projections, $68.4 trillion will be transferred over the next 25 years, causing a transfer of wealth unparalleled in human history. Let that sink in. If you don't know, now you know. It's coming, folks. All the money is coming to blockchain. About to migrate from the old legacy system, the old Swift system, developed in the 70s, to the new digital infrastructure. Cross-border payments, bridge currencies used by central banks and treasuries around the world. Deals have been made, handshakes, papers signed. See you out there. Until next time, thank you for coming in. I will see you all in the next one.